In this video, we're going to learn how to make functions in Python which can accept an arbitrary number of arguments. Sometimes functions like these are called variadic functions. So the first thing we'll do is make a function which can accept an arbitrary number of non-keyword arguments. So we'll call the function arbitrary with def arbitrary. Then, as a parameter, we'll have star and then args. Now because we have this star in front of the parameter args, this function will now accept an arbitrary number of non-keyword arguments. Args is going to be set to a tuple of those arguments. Down here, we could output args with print args, and we'll also output the type of args with print and type args. Then down here, if we call arbitrary and we pass it, let's say 1, 2, and 3, and we save the program and run it, we'll get here the tuple 1, 2, 3, and we'll see the type of args is tuple. Now, if we want to access each argument supplied to the function, we can access each index in the tuple. So for example, this first argument here will be in the first index of the tuple. So we could output here args at the index 0, colon, and we'll output args at the index 0. And that's going to be the first argument supplied to the function. We could also output this argument using args at the index 1. So we'll have print and then args at the index 1, colon, and we'll output args at the index 1. If we save the program and try it out, we'll get here that args at the index 0 is 1 and args at the index 1 is 2. We could access this function argument here using args at the index 2 and so on. Now we could have other parameters here. So for example, we could have, let's say, x here. Now, if we do this, this first argument here, 1, is going to be assigned to x. We could output x here with print and then x colon, and we'll output x. If we save the program and try it out, we'll now get that the parameter x has been set to 1, and then these arguments here are assigned to the tuple. So args at the index 0 is now 2, and args at the index 1 is now 3. Now, we could even have parameters after args here. So we could have, for example, y. If we do this, we have to use y as a keyword argument. So for example, if here I just have, let's say, 4, the idea would be that 1 would be assigned to x, and then 2 and 3 would be assigned to the tuple args, and then 4 would be assigned to y. But this won't work. If we save the program and try it, we'll get an error here. We have to use y as a keyword argument. So here, if I put y is equal to 4, it's now going to work. We could output y with print, and we'll have y colon and y. And if we save the program and try it out, we now get that x is 1, args at the index 0 is 2, args at the index 1 is 3, and y is 4. Now, the name args is the convention to use. We could use another name here for this parameter. So for example, we could have numbers here. And if we copy this and paste it, and then save our program and try it out, this is also going to work. But the convention is to use args. So we'll use args instead. Now we can also create functions which accept an arbitrary number of keyword arguments by using star star in front of the parameter name. So for example, we could have star star and we'll have kw args. Now like args, it's a convention to use the parameter name kw args for the parameter that's going to be set to an arbitrary number of keyword arguments. Now kw args is going to be a Python dictionary where the keys and values of that dictionary are going to be set to the keys and values of the keyword arguments. So down here, we can call the function with the keyword arguments fname is equal to Joe, and we'll have age is equal to 23. Now kw args is going to be a Python dictionary. we could output the type of kwargs with print and type and kwargs. Then we could access each value supplied to the function as an argument using these key names here, fname and age. So we'll output here, let's say first name colon, and we'll output kwargs at the key fname. And we'll also output age colon, and we'll have kwargs at the key age. Now, if we save the program and try it out, then we'll get that kwargs is a Python dictionary, fname has been set to Joe, and age has been set to 23. Now, *kwargs does have to be the last parameter in the parameter list here. We could have another parameter, and we could even have an arbitrary number of non-keyword arguments. So we could have here x, and then *args. So here we have a regular parameter, then we have an arbitrary number of non-keyword arguments, and then we'll accept an arbitrary number of keyword arguments. So then we could pass in, let's say 100, and 10, and 20. And then x is going to be assigned 100. Args is going to be assigned a tuple with 10 and 20 as items. And then kwargs is going to be a Python dictionary with the key first name set to Joe and the key age set to 23. We could output x, and we'll output args at the index 0 and 1 to confirm this. So here we'll have print x colon and x, and print args at the index 0, and we'll output args at the index 0, and we'll output args at the index 1, and args at the index 1. And if we save the program and try it out, we'll get here that x is 100, args at the index 0 is 10, args at the index 1 is 20, fname is Joe, and age is 23. So this is how we can write functions in Python which accept an arbitrary number of arguments. Check out portfoliocourses.com, where we'll help you build a portfolio that will impress employers.